So welcome to the Sunflower Foundation Nonprofit Center. My name is Brandon Skidmore. I'm Vice President of Health Systems at Sunflower. Our President and CEO, Billy Hall, is unable to be with us this morning. She had a prior commitment, but she certainly sends her regards and best wishes for a great 2 days of meeting here. This meeting is really invokes what this center is all about, which is bringing people together to talk about, to debate, to study critical issues that are important to improving the health of our state, our region, and of course the country. We were discussing last night, Sunflower Foundation actually only occupies the top floor of this building across the parking lot. The rest of this structure is really dedicated to exactly what this is, nonprofit space, bringing community organizations together to do what we will do today and tomorrow. And so we're excited to get to put this space to use to talk about the exciting work and evolution of food as medicine. Sunflower Foundation itself is in its early stages of food as medicine work. So we're using the next couple of days as a learning opportunity to grow in our understanding of what you all bring to this conversation. We are following our journey through the work of 6 federally qualified health centers across the state. So we're not only looking at their individual experiences, but we're also looking at their experiences collectively as a cohort of clinics working in the food as medicine space. And in doing that, we are really trying to zero in on the systems challenges that would better support food as medicine in the long term in a state like Kansas. And when we talk about systems in Kansas, we're certainly talking about how do you minimize the inputs and maximize the outputs when you're looking at all of the things that go into working in the food as medicine space. And so we are excited in our work because it's not only about the individual clinics and their journey, but it's really served as a galvanizing way to bring in community conversation and organizations that maybe have always been part of the broader conversation around food systems in their local community, but for some reason food as medicine has been a special lens that by looking through that in their community, they've really been able to zero in on some of the things that were maybe kind of too big or too lost when they were looking at the broader issue of how do we improve our local food system. So we've been excited by that unintended benefit, I think, that we were not expecting from this work of energizing community organizations beyond clinics. And we talked a lot about that yesterday. I know that we'll get into that today as well. And so with that, I want to introduce our leader for today. Corby Kummer is the Executive Director of Aspen Institute's Food and Society Program, and I'm going to turn it over to Corby.
You are looking at our real leaders. Our real leaders are Elizabeth Berger and Brandon. They have made this the most... Mariana Wetherill, where are you? Mariana has the power corner seat right here because she is the master of all she surveys. And we were very lucky. Food and Society at the Aspen Institute, one of many programs within the Aspen Institute. We work on food policy, and we have a Food Leaders Fellowship that I'll talk about in just a sec. But like most Aspen programs, we're headquartered in Washington, despite the billionaire-sounding name. We have a beautiful campus in Aspen where we convene, but nothing is as beautiful as the Sunflower Foundation's building in Topeka. And we are so excited that we got to come through Mariana Wetherill, one of our main advisors for our Food as Medicine Research Action Plan, who just kept us on track in gathering all of the peer-reviewed research into nutrition interventions. I talked about it a bit yesterday. There are so many experts on food as medicine in the room. This is one of the, we hope by now, it's been out a few years, foundational documents that helps build the argument for broader scale reimbursement for nutrition interventions. What are the health improvements that result? Here's what the peer-reviewed research shows to date. Here's what we think it should look for and the way it should be evaluated in the future to cement the case, to make it watertight and get many more state and federal programs to subsidize food and nutrition interventions to improve health. So we're going to hear from such fantastic people, and I see them in the room. You've traveled from so far to get to Topeka. It's really exciting to be here. And particularly exciting for Food and Society is that worlds have crossed, and one of our wonderful Food Leaders Fellows from our second cohort, Richard Kummer from Hunger Free Oklahoma, is here, and you'll be hearing from him later today. Their work, the cohort of 18 people, which he's a second member, do work all around the country that is so inspiring. It's built towards sustainability and equity, and they actually bring different meanings to those words, individual meanings, and real substance to what they do. But they're young, they're fantastic, they're imaginative, they love each other, and they are building a national network for change. And I go into this because right now is our application process. We just opened it last week for our third cohort. And so if you Google Aspen Food Leaders, have a look at our page. We'd love you to send people our way. Applications are open through the end of February, and then we do 5 million full-length interviews, or actually it just seems like 5 million, for our 18 fantastic people we're lucky enough to get, and you'll be hearing from Richard. So this kind of work is tremendously exciting. Our partners at Walmart Foundation have made these meetings possible. Elizabeth said something yesterday about how casual meetings at these kinds of conferences where you find people you haven't met before, you decide you're going to work together. It was happening on the bus on the way back tonight. There's something beautiful and unequaled about that kind of in-person contact. I've seen it happen since yesterday. We know it's going to happen in the next 24, 36 hours. And it's really thanks to the brilliant organizing talents of Elizabeth, Brandon, Mariana, and Mary Castillo, who says, "In no life ever do I want to be an event planner. I just hate this." And she does it magnificently. And so we're here thanks to all of them, and really excited about the next day. Thank you.